reach 100. So keep sending the links as we get started. But guys, a little bit about myself. I was actually born and raised in Mexico. I have some agents here in the Bakersfield office. I haven't heard in a long time, but they're like, "Hey, you have an accent. You have an accent." I'm like, "Yeah, I was born in Mexico. I was raised out there. English is my second language, right?" And I was born out there, raised until like I was 13 years old. That's when I came to America. And to be honest, I didn't really come by choice. I came with my two older brothers. And the reason why we came, and by the way, even before I get into that, I was raised by a single mom. My dad left when I was like 6 years old, somewhere around there. Didn't really get to know him until I was 17. He reached out. He's like, "Hey, I'm your father." I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you," right? Um, but I was raised by a single mom. She used to cross. We used to live in Tijuana. She used to cross the border every single day to do sales in San Diego. She used to try doing real estate, water filters. I found out later that she tried getting her life insurance license. Is that crazy? So she would come to San Diego and try to sell. And so I would see her leave like at 5, 6 in the morning, and I wouldn't see her home till like 7, 8 p.m. It was already dark. And she would like bring us food. And sometimes that food, what it looked like for us to have dinner, maybe you guys had some experience like this as well. But growing up, sometimes our dinner was las galletas Marias, and we were split those in between four people, me, my two older brothers, and my mom. Or the conchas bimbo, the chocolate and the vanilla one, and we would split it, and we would, eat. And so that sometimes that was my dinner. And I never liked taking showers when I was a kid because the water over there is really, really cold, like ice cold. And so I didn't know what it was to have warm water until I came to America. I didn't know what I was to have my own room until I was 16, right? And so my mom ended up passing away at the age of 45 from breast cancer. And that's when me and my two older brothers came to America. Why am I telling you guys my struggles? Not because I want you guys to feel bad or anything. I don't feel bad for myself. Everything happens for a reason. I'm a strong believer of that. But I'm telling you this because of what we're going to cover. And I want you guys to know if I was able to go through all of that, and me and my two older brothers we're all successful in what we do. We all work really, really hard, and we don't make excuses for ourselves, and we don't feel bad for ourselves, and we don't feel pity, none of that. Because that's not what's going to get you to where you want to go. That's the reality. But can we have good reasons to feel pity about ourselves? Like, hey, we can feel bad. Absolutely. Hey, life was unfair. Why us? Why this? Of course. And so what we're going to cover, it's pretty powerful. And if you get this right, I think it can set up your life. I don't think, I know it can set up your life for the next 5, 10 years, 30 years, because the things that we're going to talk about, they're the principal things. And so I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about my story. So when we go over this, you don't be like, "Hey, what an insensitive guy." No, I've been there, I've gone through it. Trust me, okay? So let's make sure that you're taking a bunch of notes. Let's make sure that you're a student every meeting that you attend, because that's the way that you're going to grow. If you take it just casually, then you're just going to prolong your own growth. Okay, so let me I'm not going to share my screen because I want you guys to take notes on the first part. The second part, I'll share my screen because it's a little bit more information. Title today, put the date of today, and put attitude diseases, like attitude diseases, things that will kill your mind, kill your spirit, kill your business, kill your finances, ruin your relationships, ruin all kinds of things. Attitude diseases. And if I have an accent, yes, I know. Just do your best to understand, right? Indifference. Number one is the attitude of indifference. So what does that mean? Attitude of indifference. You're basically a person that you're like, huh, okay, whatever. Like, hey, we have this incentive, and you're like, whatever. Some people are like, the new trend, the kids, 6, 7, right? They're like, whatever. It's kind of like whatever. Attitude of indifference, not concerned, can't seem to get fired up. Hey man, we have this incentive. Hey man, go win for your family. Hey, go have an abundant Christmas. Hey, go retire your mom. Hey, go help your kids. Hey, do this. You can't move them. There's no uh, reason why a why big enough to move them. They just can't seem to get fired up. They learn to put everything. You go into let me see. Learn do put this on your notes. Learn to put everything you got into everything you do. Learn to put everything you got into everything you do. If you start working that way, you'll start seeing the results in your relationships and your health and your finances and your bank account and your spirituality. You'll see them 10x. You'll see them grow tremendously. Learn to put everything you got into everything you do. Avoid the attitude of indifference. Next, indecision. The attitude of indecision, like, hey, I don't know if I want to do this business. I don't know if I want to get licensed. I don't know if I want to get my own policy. I don't know if I want to buy leads. I don't know if I want to go into the office. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to move to Bakersfield. And you're kind of just, flirting with that idea for a year, 2 years, or 6 months. Or I don't know if I want to sell life insurance for the rest of my. You're just kind of like flirting with that idea rather than making a decision. It's better to pick and find out fast than stay stuck. Make a decision and find out whether you want to do this business or not. It's better to find out fast rather than being stuck. Whatever you do, in or out, just do it. Just pick. Whatever you do, whether you want to do in-home appointments or leads, just pick. Be like, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to commit. Whether it's in person, referrals, social media, leads, pick it and run with it. And whatever you do put everything that you got into it, right? Going back to number one. Next attitude of disease is doubt. Self-doubt is the worst thing that you can ever have. You doubt yourself all the time. Can I do this? Can I really accomplish it? Can I do this well? Would I close these leads? What if I buy them, right? But and I don't, it doesn't work out. Can I really accomplish 100,000 six figures in a year? Can I really accomplish $250,000? Can I really accomplish $500,000? Can I really get to that level? Can I really reach my potential? Doubt. Become a believer of yourself, guys. Write that down. Become a believer of yourself. Whatever you do, believe that you can. Become a believer of yourself. So doubt, number 3. Number 4, you are a warrior. Not a warrior like you go into battle, but you're the opposite of that. You worry too much. That's the next disease of attitude disease, right? You're a warrior. You worry too much. By the way, being worrying too much can cause you health problems. Men, all my men, can cause you to lose hair. I experienced that. I would always worry for my first 6 years in business, 5 years in business. I experience in my body what it was to worry too much. So get rid of the worry. Pray more. You worry too much, pray more. It will cause you health problems. It will cause you social problems, family problems, financial problems. Stop worrying so much. You worry too much, pray more. Get bigger in your faith. Number 4. I think we're number 4, number 5. Overcautious. You're too cautious. You speak the language of, what if this happens? You speak the language of the poor. What if this happens? What if I get started and I don't? What if I sell the lead? I buy the leads and I don't sell. What if I go on the field and I don't sell? What if this? What if that? What if I try out life insurance and it doesn't work out? Oh well, you learned. You got a license. Worst case, you make your money back. Overcautious. You don't want to take a step because you're like, hey, what if it's muddy? What if sand gets on my shoes? Oh well, I just do it, right? It's better to do it fast. Number six. Are we on number six? I think so. Pessimism, attitude disease, pessimism. This person doesn't try to figure out what's right, but rather they try to figure out what's wrong. They get into the business, and rather than finding out everything that's right, we have the agency calls, we have uh, onboarding, we have an office in Bakersfield, we have desks, we have all this, we have Wi-Fi. Well, rather than seeing all the things that we do have, they focus on what we don't have. They try to figure out what's wrong. Always checking for the bad side, the difficult side. By the way, pessimisms, people that are this way, they live a ugly life. You'll see that they're never happy. They don't see the sunset, they see the specks in the window. They don't see the rainbow outside after it rains. They see how dirty the window got. Hey, man, look at the big picture. Look at the rainbow. Look at the sun. Like, how beautiful is this? Look at the mountains. Like, look around. But they see the dirty window. And we can train this, by the way. We can fix it. Poor thinking habits keeps most people poor. Write that down. Poor thinking habits keeps most people poor. Repeating the same cycle where they make the money, but then they run out of money. Where they make the 10,000, but then they get out of the 10,000. Where they make the 10,000 and they go back to their 3,000. Where they make the 15, 20,000, they go back to their 8,000. Poor thinking habits keeps most people poor. Write this down. Proverbs 25, 21:5. Thoughts of the diligent tends only to plenty. How do you pronounce this? Plenteousness. Look it up. Anybody? Proverbs 21:5. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to lead, or tend to only. Wait, what? The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness. By the way, you want to get some wisdom in life? Open your Bible. Read Proverbs. Men, read that book. Number seven, complaining, attitude disease, complaining. You're a complainer. You complain about everything. You complain about the weather. You complain about the chair you have. You complain about the desk you have. You complain about the Wi-Fi you have. You complain about the people you're around. You complain. Everything around you is the problem, but not you. Not you. Of course not. How can it be you? You're too perfect. And one thing we all know is that nobody's perfect. There was only one perfect individual in this world that ever walked. How do you build a good life? Write this down. Write this question down. How do you build a good life? It's simple, but it's not easy. How do you build a good life? How do you build a good life? It's simple, but not easy. How do you build a good anything? How do you build a good cake? How do you build a good house? Put the right ingredients and keep the bad ones out. How do you build a good food, right? My ladies, my wife, so she's in the call. Put the right ingredients, keep the bad ones out. It's simple, but it's not easy. Awesome. So those are the seven deadly diseases of the mind, attitude diseases. Make sure you go over them on your own time, share them with your friends and family, and we'll go into training now, into the second part of the training. Let me share this screen right here. Oh, no, it's not that one. There it is. By the way, post your takeaways. Which one's your favorite out of the seven? Post it on the chat. Which one's your favorite out of the seven? Okay, can you guys, everybody see my screen? Yes? Let me know. Let me see.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Thank you for unmuting yourself. And okay, there it is. Now let's talk about the 10 qualities of successful agency owners, guys. Hey, you eventually want to become an agency owner. You eventually want to have agents with you. You eventually do. We all do at some point, maybe not now, maybe later, maybe in a year, maybe 5 years from now. And it's important that you learn the qualities of successful agency owners, business owners, You can take the agency owner and just the agency owner and put business owner. 10 qualities of successful business owners. If you eventually want to have an agency where you can travel and take days off and take sick days off because you're actually sick and still get paid, get these qualities out. Number one, a business owner shows up at the same time every day. They are predictable. What time do you show up every day? Is it 8 a.m., 8:30, 9, 10? What is it? That's number one. Principal thing. They invest money in their business. They purchase a desk, they pay rent, lease an office, buy marketing materials, dress professionally. And by the way, going back to number one, we have a guy here in our office named Lucas. I think we all started showing up at 8 a.m., 8:30 every day here in the Bakersfield office. Lucas has been one of the most consistent guys showing up for the past 3 weeks. I think he only missed like one day because he had errands to do. And so that's respectable. Can you be predictable? Can you be a predictable coach, leader, office owner, uh, business owner? If you own a McDonald's, is it going to open every single day at the same time? If you have a coffee shop, is it going to be open every single day at the same time? Number three, they run their own office. Well, maybe you're close to an office. If you're close to an office, go to the office, but treat it as is yours. Purchase a desk, rent a desk, lease an office. Maybe nobody has told you, hey, you can rent desk. Maybe you can go up to to the office owner and be like, hey, how can I make this my desk? How much do I have to pay? I remember since I was like 20 years old, 21 years old, when I was at the previous company, I remember the year 2017 when we finally got an office, a big office where it had 10 offices. I was barely getting by with life insurance with my license, but I said, hey, you know what? I know one thing is I want to have skin in the game. I want to have my own office. I want to be predictable. How much can I rent an office for? At that time, it was $700. So I said, can I let me get a space inside the office, one of those 10 offices. And ever since then, till today, I still rent an office inside a bigger office, right? And I'm in Bakersfield, so I rent an office here. They run their own office. If you don't have your own office, that's fine. Maybe you're local to one like Patino, Odie, Silicon Valley. Maybe you're close to those. They have a support staff. Guys, I didn't wait. So when I got started in here, um, we had a contracting individual, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong, but the agency was so big because they were dealing with the entire agency's agents, and I needed my own support staff. I needed help. And so I didn't wait for anybody to tell me get your own staff, or I didn't wait for somebody to train him. I didn't wait for nothing. I just started it. So maybe you don't have support staff yet. Maybe you're thinking about it. Maybe you're waiting for permission for your coach to tell you, hey, get support staff. Don't wait for anybody. Get your own. Hey, I don't like how my agency staff is handling things. How about I just get my personal one? Or hey, they're too busy. I don't like how busy they are. I'm gonna just get my own for my own team. Great. Whether that's licensing, contracting, tracking, whatever it is, get your own and then add more. Number five, they have a system for everything. They track their DAO logs, they track their AP, IP log, client tracking system for sending emails and packages to clients, etc. Do you have a CRM? How do you track? But you must be tracking your agencies or in your personals AP and IP. How much do you submit? How much did you issue? Why are you writing 30,000 but only issuing 10,000? You can have those kind of conversations. You can fix those kind of leaks when you start tracking. Marco said something powerful on a call. He said, a business that you're not tracking, you can't scale. So Make sure you start tracking. Number six, they track, I already did that. They track numbers, APIP, income license agents. Track how many license agents you're getting on a monthly basis. Track what step they are on. Are they on their course? Are they in HCMS? Are they waiting for their NPN? What step are they on? And maybe not necessarily you, but your licensing individual is doing that. They aim at beating their prior best numbers. This is something that we should all be aiming for. I have a guy here named Edgar Noriega that last month, the first 2 weeks of last month, September. Wait, no, last month was October, right? This month, the first 2 weeks, he's already beating those 2 weeks from last month. He's already beating his prior numbers. And that's what you want to always aim for. Whether it's by 500 AP or 1,000 AP, you always want to beat your numbers. And eventually you get to a point where now you're trying to beat your agency's numbers, right? Rather than just personal. You're like, hey, last month we did 50,000. This month we got to do 60,000. Or last month we did 300,000. Now we got to do 350 or etc. They are risk takers. Number eight, they are risk takers. I think everybody here that's on this call, you took a risk. Let's be honest. All of you took a risk at some point in your career. You took the risk of trusting somebody that told you about this opportunity and how to get licensed. You took that risk. You took the risk of going on the field. You took the risk to buy leads. You took the risk to invest in your license. You took all those risks. You're taking the risk of setting time aside for this business from your family. Let's say maybe you have a 9 to 5 and you're like, hey, I'm gonna take the risk and invest 2, 3 hours a day into this. Maybe I won't spend much time with my family right now, but I know it's gonna pay off. So eventually I can retire my job and then have more control of my life. Maybe that's you, but you took a risk at some point. So great job to all of you guys that are on this Zoom. They do everything with the purpose. Are you dialing with the purpose? Are you dialing with the purpose of getting a result, or are you dialing because you have to dial? Because you see it as a job, you see it as something that you have to do. Or are you doing it with the purpose of, hey, I'm gonna insure somebody, I'm gonna help out somebody, I'm gonna put a coverage out, I'm gonna protect the legacy today. I have a purpose when I dial. When I dial, my purpose is I want to protect the legacy. I don't care how much AP I do. Obviously, it'd be nice if it's big, but my purpose when I dial is I must protect somebody. Somebody's legacy gotta be protected. One less GoFundMe out there, one less car wash. They are constantly looking for ways to improve as leaders. They set goals and they achieve them. The reality is that we are all leaders at some level. Are you a leader in your community? Are you a leader on your family? Are you leading your kids? Are you leading your wife? Are you leading in your job? We're all leaders at some point. We all have some type of influence. Now the question is, how good is that influence? Can you get better with that influence? Can you learn more so you can teach more? Can you become better? We all can. So those are the 10 qualities of successful agency owners. Let's move on. Levels of leadership. By the way, we all go through these. It's not like you start at the top, you start at number six. It doesn't happen that way. We don't fall to the top, right? Number one is I lead myself. I lead myself out of bed. I lead myself to dial. I lead myself to make money. I lead myself to the office. I lead myself to a job, whatever it is. We all have to start with leading ourselves. You cannot go lead somebody when you can't even lead yourself. If I wanted to lead anybody in fitness, I better be fit. If I want to lead somebody to, I don't know, grow an agency, I better start growing my agency. If I want to lead somebody to quit their job and do this full time, I better be making 3 to 4 thousand, whatever that person is in their job, so I can teach them how to do that. And at some point, you move to me and my downline and leading me and my team, me and my one individual, me and my two individuals, me and my five individuals, or me and my, uh, me and myself, because maybe you're your own downline. No, I'm just kidding. But we all lead ourselves and then somebody. And at some point, you're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna lead this office. We're gonna make some changes. We're gonna have higher standards. We're gonna do certain incentives. I'm gonna lead my office. Or maybe you don't want to, and that's fine. But if you at some point want to, then this is the steps on how to do that. You first got to lead yourself. You first got to lead your team. Then you can lead your office. Then you can start leading in the hierarchy level. And then at some point, you can lead in the company. And then if you want to become a GOAT, where people know who you are in the industry, or not only that, they know, not only do they know who you are in the industry, but maybe you're like, hey, I'm gonna go down in the history books of insurance. Then you get into level six where you want to leave the industry, where you become the youngest seven-figure earner, or you become the youngest multiple seven-figure earner, or hey, we grew the fastest, or we have the biggest team. This is how much we're doing, etc. At some point, you start being known in the industry, and then you go into leading the industry. One of the things that you guys need to know is a flag carrier, whoever can lead the best, or not only lead the best, but take the initiative to lead and help everybody in the office and the team make the most, they actually make the most money. Here's some books for you to write down. The Ideal Team Player by Patrick L. Five Levels of Leadership by John. Look them up on Audible. Listen to them where you drive. Buy them. Sit down and read them. Any leader that wants to lead, or any individual that wants to lead, you must read. One of the first things that I want to know if you want to lead is, let me look at your library. Let me see where you are getting your knowledge from. Next, five major attributes of a leader. Self-control. A leader sets an example for the team. How can we control others when we cannot control ourselves? Goes back to the five levels of leadership, right? Five attributes of a leader. Self-control. A leader sets this example for the team on what we're going to do. Hey, we're going to do this much. We're going to take over this area. What is it? Right? Sets the example. Self-control. Willingness to do more than others than we get paid for. Can you do more than what you get paid for? Can you do the pick up the trash that you see? Can you clean up the office? Can you I don't know, freaking be active on GroupMe? Can you do all these things that you don't get paid for right now so eventually you can get paid more for things that you don't do anymore? At the beginning, you are underpaid, and then eventually you get overpaid. That's the truth. At the beginning, you are underpaid because you're learning the skills and you're doing a lot. And then eventually you become overpaid. Willingness to do more than one gets paid for. That's a powerful one, guys. A pleasing personality. A leader must gain respect and make working for him or with him worthwhile. If you're in an office, do you have a pleasing personality or a bad personality where people don't want to be around you, where everybody complains about your personality? What is it? And if you have a pleasing personality, great. And if you have a bad personality, not great. Let's change it. Let's improve. Let's work on it. A leader must gain respect and make working with him worthwhile and enjoyable. Number four, willingness to assume responsibility. The leader takes responsibility personally. They take it personally. What responsibility? Well, maybe, hey, I want to be the one that posts on the chat the trainings, even though nobody assigned me to that, but I want to be the ones to post the trainings. Or, hey, I want to be the one that posts the daily dials on the chat so everybody gets reminded. Or, hey, I want to be the one that first opens the office, or the one that closes the office late, or the one that keeps the office, clean, etc. The leader takes personal responsibility. Willingness to cooperate with others. Number five, kind of going back to number three, right? Willingness to cooperate with others. You have to get good at working with others. That's the truth. whether you want to build a team or you want to do it by yourself. But if you don't have a good personality, nobody's going to want to help you. So let's change that. Here are some standards: dress code, dress for your next level, not dress code. Standards for yourself. By the way, when we get into business, we don't know how to act. We don't know how to dress. We don't know what to do because this is the first time that we get into business. This is the first time we're self-employed, 1099. We're learning how to do this. And so it's important that we let you know, like, hey, these are some things that you should work on so you can get better results and you can feel better. Number one, dress for your next level. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be an SVP? Do you want to be an agency owner? Do you want to do $1 million a month? Do you want to do $500,000 a month? What do you want to do? Do you want to be a CEO? Dress for your next level. Act as your next level, if the next level you want to reach. Act as the next level. Not only dress for the next level, but also act for your next level. If you feel good, you do good, and you get good results. If you dress good, you feel good. And if you feel good, you're gonna act good, and you're gonna get good results, and you're gonna have a better day. Show up to the office early, leave late. For those that are full-time, show up to the office early, leave late. Are you an early person or are you a late person? Are you waking up early or are you waking up late? Are you opening your office at 9, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., or are you opening at 8, 8:30? Are you leaving by 5 p.m. or are you leaving till later? That treat the office as it's yours, guys. This is for everybody. Treat the office as it's yours. Treat the team as it's yours. Help the team. Take care of the team. Coach the team. You want to gain some respect where you're at. Start teaching all the new people. Hey, let me teach you how to use insurance toolkits. Let me teach you how to run a quote. Let me teach you how to submit an app. Let me teach you how to run illustration. Let me teach you how the script works. Start helping the team in your office, even though they're not yours, because you're teaching, you're practicing how to teach, you're practicing how to lead. When you do have a team, it'll be much easier for you. Here's the next one. Turn cameras on during Zooms. Everybody, I mean, if you're full time, you should be on with your camera on. You should be dressed well. I see Fabian dressed super sharp. Fabian Fair, is that how you say it? I see who else? Who else is dressed sharp? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's winter. So I see Rafael Hurtado with a nice jacket, nice coat. Who else? Who else? Gris office. I see them dressed sharp, right? How are you dressed? And by the way, there's sometimes that the clients might want to FaceTime you. How are you dressed? One of my guys was, hey, my client wants to FaceTime me. So how are you dressed? Did you do your hair? Or you barely woke up and you showed up to the office, right? Put some effort, right? Show up on time, show up to live dials. And that's basically some of the standards that I have for you guys. Have fun with this business, guys. Have fun with the business. Dress well, smell good, show up well, show up on time, work hard, have a good attitude, treat the office as is yours because it is. Treat the team as is yours, everybody in the office, right? Have fun with this business. When you show up on live dials, turn your camera on, speak, let them hear you so we can coach you so you can get better. Or if you're good at it, unmute yourself so others can learn. So guys, I hope this helps. I know it will. And I hope you guys implement more than anything, implement this, guys. We are ending the year with holidays. Are you guys there? Yeah, yeah. I think I closed.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I did. I closed it. There it is. We're ending the year obviously with holidays every year since I can remember. And this is where most people get distracted. This is where most people go on cruise mode. They start just drifting away, just drifting aimlessly with no purpose, no goal, nothing. And I'll tell you guys this, I said it before in one of orientation classes in 2021, and I think I said it to you guys in 2021. Maybe this is you. Maybe you're at a point you're like, hey, I need a breakthrough. I need a break point. I need to get to the next level. I need to get to 10,000. I need to get to 15,000. I need to get to 20,000. Or I just need to pay the bills. If you're at a point where you need a breakthrough, you know what creates breakthrough? Massive action. Create massive action where it's where success owes you, where the universe or whatever you want to call it owes you. Create so many dials, make so many calls that the field owes you. And the next call you make, you close 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 because it's just been stacking up. And so you want to create a breakthrough, create massive action where the universe can deny you your success, your payout. And I'll tell you, in 2021, I had a very rough year financially and the team and everything, personal life. Last time in orientation, I said I was broke and broken. 2021, November, somewhere around there. And I remember I'm like, God, I need a breakthrough. I'm willing to do whatever as long as it's ethical, moral, right, and principles, right. I'm willing to work for it. And I remember they taught us this script called the beneficiary script. And out of everybody that was in the office, over 100 people plus, I was the only one that implemented this script right away. So one thing is like, hey, cool, I learned, but I'm not going to implement. You just put it on your notes and forget about it. And another thing is, let me implement right away. And so that was me because I had no other choice. I had to implement right away. And so in 2021, I was broken, and I needed a breakthrough. I needed to pay my bills. I wanted to have an abundant Christmas. I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was so sick of not being able to have an abundant Christmas, an abundant household, right? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna create massive action so I can have a breakthrough. And Lord, allow me, if this is for me, right? Like for me to have an abundant Christmas. And obviously, God does want you to have an abundant life. God is not a God of lack. Let me tell you that. He will test you and he will let you go through test, but he won't uh keep you in poverty forever. So I created this massive breakthrough, guys, and in 2 weeks of just dialing this script with no leads, this was just my previous clients. I dialed for 2 weeks and I created over $30,000 in those 2 weeks with low comp, very low comp, with a week and a half of payouts. So whatever I write today, I won't see it till like a week and a half, 2 weeks from now, with no leads, right? No systems in reality. And I just worked really hard and I had faith. And that's a lot of you guys you gotta have faith behind the work that you put. You can't just put in the work and be like, man, screw this. You gotta put in the work and be like, no, that's fine. If I didn't get it today, I'm gonna get it tomorrow. And if I don't get it tomorrow, I'm gonna get it, but it's gonna happen. And for the first week, I didn't see a lot of results, guys. But it was the eighth day, the second week that I was entering where I saw massive results. And a lot of the times that's what you're going to experience. And you might stop only on day two of your breakthrough, but you were supposed to see it on day five and you stop on day two, day three, because you're like, this is too tough. These leads suck. The world sucks. Life sucks, right? But again, attitude diseases. Go over those, practice those. Because the reality is you're worth it. You're good enough. You deserve it. God is an abundant life. God wants to see you win. God wants the best for you. That's the truth. You deserve it. And you deserve to have an abundant Christmas. You deserve to have an abundant Thanksgiving. And now you have leads, you have systems, you have coaches, you have good people around you, and you have daily payouts. So you can see the money as fast as 2 days for now. So how about we all create massive action and we create a breakthrough for ourselves? Whether it's 3,000 your breakthrough, or it's 5,000, or it's 15, or it's 20, or it's 25, or it's 100,000 for your agency, or it's 200,000 for your agency, whatever it is. How about we all create massive breakthroughs together and we enter the holidays with an abundant mindset a mindset and a life that we deserve, that all of us deserve. How about we do that, guys? Are you guys in? Are you guys down? We all deserve it. So, with that being said, guys, that is basically my time. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys benefit. But most importantly, I really hope that you guys actually implement some of these things that I told you today. Because nothing's going to change unless you do. Nothing's going to change if you don't change your actions.